Hi, it's Faceless Tech. Have I got a project here for you today? As you know, if you've been watching a couple of my latest videos, they've come on making a few silly projects that do quite take themselves seriously, like my last one where the swear restorer, where it listened for the bleeped out sound and it would add swear words when you're watching a TV show. This latest one, I got inspiration from Jeremy Cook, a YouTuber. I'll put his video in the description below. But basically it was like a acrylic coaster with some lights in it, and then would weight the glass, acted as like as a switch, and it'd light up the glass, which I thought that's quite cool. But I thought maybe I could add a bit, add something to it and make mine added a weight sensor to it basically. So what here is a ring of 12 WS2812s NeoPixels, sandwiched between a layer of acrylic, silicone and aluminium, and basically it's got a weight sensor on the inside, load cell. So what you do is when you turn it on, start up, and then when you have your full glass on it, it lights up all green. There's a little bit of red there, all green. And then as you're drinking your drink, tip some away, pretend we've drunk it. As you can see, there's red LEDs. So and then eventually, when the glass is empty, it'll just be red. So it took longer than I expected, this project. It started out, I thought it'd be dead easy. I use like a load cell from old scales or whatnot, but I ended up using a proper load cell. One of these, it's a 5 kilo on this one. It's basically not much really to it. There's the Arduino Leonardo with because the load cell basically just reports resistance change as it flexes. So you have to have an amplifier, and it goes through the amplifier and then gives your Arduino a higher, more readable signal. And that's it really. There's just the WS2812s, a couple of LED, a couple of buttons. I was watching another project and I noticed how you could actually write to the EEPROM on the Arduino, which I thought that's quite cool, because normally with this you'd have to preset the high and low of a glass. So with this one, I'll give you a little demo. It'll start up. You latch this button in here, put it on, and then you'll set this to the bottom, which is the bottom level. Then you fill your glass up with whatever beverage you have. Stick it on, and then you press the green button, and that'll let go, and then that's it. It's registered in now. So you can you can change your glass, you can change your drink every time, and you don't have to go to the computer and change the values. It just works like that. And then I also added in a few different LED functions here. It just goes through. You can just press it and it goes through the different colours. And then eventually it'll just go back to the load cell. And then this is the one at the button, just has solid colours if you want. You could also make this, because it's quite thick, you could also build this into a table if you really want, if you're really nuts, and you could have it sticking out through a table, which would be quite cool. So it just look like a coaster kind of floating above the table. Or you could even make it smaller and just have not have the load cell and just have the ring of LEDs. There's a few other things I made with this project as well that I did differently. The top is made up of acrylic, a sheet of acrylic, and then I used a bit of just normal sealant in between, clear sealant, which sandwiches the layer, the ring in between, and then there's aluminium sheet on the bottom so it doesn't bend when it's got the load on it, so it'll give you a true value. I thought it was going to be more opaque than it is. It actually is really clear. I did sand the top of the plastic both sides, and I thought the actual silicone would give it more opaqueness, but it doesn't really from the top, because you can see these ugly wires and stuff, but not to worry. But the other thing as well is I quite didn't like, I had to use a Poundland power bank. This is the charger. Basically you got two USB ports, which I don't really like, but that's the programming one and that's the charging one. On the inside there's the cell out of the power bank. As you can see, just a couple of switches, and it's not a lot to it. I did have to reinforce, see that white plastic in there, because I was using an old socket box, like a metal socket box, to do the prototyping with, and that was really solid. But then I come with this plastic, and it's obviously, you can see it's really flimsy. So I had to reinforce it with some plastic on the bottom. And I also added these screws here, so they would actually clamp that between the case, so then it would clamp that all together, so it would be quite solid to the base, and it works out quite well. It doesn't really flex, so when it's all screwed together it works quite well. So it's quite good. It's quite heavy and it's quite hefty. But as usual, down in the description there'll be links to the blog, GitHub, and the other files I can give you, and that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.